to know more about Chinese culture, I want to learn Chinese, and for me, I've done some research in the West and the East, the negotiations between the West and the East. So I wanted to experience it personally, and then maybe do my further research into the same topic. So that was the main reason to come to China and have a first-hand experience of working with Chinese to see how they do business. China is a beautiful country, and the people are really friendly, helpful. The food is delicious. They have got different types of food. It's amazing, and I like the way they have the food. It's like they share the food among themselves. That's a difficult question because I like to travel. Yeah, I've been to many places in and around Beijing. I've been to the Forbidden City, the Summer Palace, the Fragrance Hills, the Great Wall of China, of course, the Xiguan Pass, yeah, and the hutongs, the famous hutongs of Beijing. And it's very interesting mix of to go to these places and experience the culture. Beijing is not, to be honest, an expensive place for transportation. Like you can travel by metros basically to anywhere, any place in the city, and just for two kwai. Most of the signs are in English, and they have this a recording which says the station name in English, so you don't have to worry about getting down in any place. And they have got these maps, they have got all these directions in English, so it's not a problem. And moreover, the frequency of the metros is good enough. You can get a Beijing transportation card, which is actually useful, so you can just top it up, like use it like the Oyster card in London. So yeah, that's very helpful, and you can use it in the metros and the buses. Studying and interning is totally different. When you study, you just do no matter how much practical it is in studies, it's not the real work which you're doing. But in internship, you are given actual responsibilities and the actual work which you do, and that's when you can judge yourself where you are, where you're standing, and you can improve your skills more than when you are studying actually. So I think interning is actually an experience which you should get before like working full time. It's a company which has a lot of programs for the Chinese students to send to the US in the form of summer work and travel program, and they also have host programs in the US for Chinese students. So right from the start, I've been getting responsibilities, very important responsibilities in fact, and I'm doing the work which is like I feel I'm valued at the company. I maintain the relations with the US sponsors they have, and I'm on a project which is like I'm getting them a new sponsor. So I'm like doing the Skypes directly along with my CEO and helping him to understand what they want from us. Very friendly, very casual. We actually go out, hang out every weekend with my colleagues. They take me out to experience the Chinese culture. We go to the traditional places where they serve traditional food, and they explain me each and everything. It's a very good company, and I think the best in whatever options which I had seen online is the agents, and the work was pretty fast, and they are very accurate in giving the right jobs as per your expectations. This last weekend, my company took me on a team building exercise to Xiguan, it's called the water pass, Great Wall, and we spent the entire weekend there. And the thing was like the guide or the person who was in charge of us there was Chinese, and he didn't understand the word in English, and we were divided into teams, and we were supposed to do a lot of team building exercises. So the instructions which he was giving was all in Chinese, and I don't understand Chinese. So my colleagues were like translating each and every word which he was saying every time. So that was like a really funny, amazing experience. Like everyone was laughing, and like even if there was a small thing, they always try to help me in speaking Chinese. So that was really a funny and interesting experience for me. Prepare well. know some Chinese words in hand. It would be helpful for you. Try to secure your accommodation if you're like not booking the accommodation beforehand. And it's good to know a Chinese person. If you are friends with a Chinese person, that's really good and really helpful. Well, and first try to while work, first try to understand what is the Chinese culture before, like, don't give them a culture shock. That's what I would say.